Мы начинаем, команда выходит на поле. Для приветственного рукопожатия приглашается президент Федерации регби Кыргызской Республики Куйджаев Нургазы Кашибаевич и основатель и первый президент Федерации регби Кыргызской Республики Наралиев. Техническая неполадка. Наралиев Аскарали Мадалевич. Дамы и господа, звучит гимн Монголии. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Mongolia. Дамы и господа, звучит гимн Кыргызской Республики. Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Kyrgyz Republic. Сегодняшнюю игру судит рефери в поле Ербол Амиртаев, Республика Казахстан, помощники рефери Юлия Игнатенко, Узбекистан и Палак Падар, Индия.
Welcome back all, welcome back to the action. We're here presenting you the Central Asian Championship in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. It's too early where you are, too late, or just right on time. We have a beautiful slate of games for you today. My name's Colby Santana, I'm your commentator, and by no means I can guarantee you a proper and correct rugby stream here. I will give you the best of my opportunity, but you're going to have to roll with me here. Today we have name sheets, we're going to work off those. And we also have another person in the booth, Matthew.
I went out for a look earlier on, and the field is in really good condition, really fast track. So it'd be interesting to see how both teams go today. It's extremely hot, so this Mongolian team is a vastly experienced team when compared to the Kyrgyz team. So I think for Kyrgyzstan today, they just need to be working hard. Their loose trio needs to be extremely fast on the ball. I think the Mongolians are going to try and go up the middle with their big pack, but I guess at the same time they need to be careful that they don't run themselves out of gas. So, yeah, going to be a really tough game, but looking forward to seeing how it all unfolds.
We're about to start that here. You're going to hear some passing in the microphone, but we're working with it. Yeah, we're excited to have you, and we're excited for the slate of games today. Our first game here between Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan is vying for the 3rd and 4th places in this tournament. After this game is the Kazakhstan-Uzbekistan game, which is going for the cup. Thank you guys for all watching this, listening, and we're about to get started here. And the kick is up. Goalie receives the ball. Kyrgyzstan defenders swarming the ball here. Mongolia's had 4 defenders connected to ruck. Mongolia is working the ball really nice here, and getting it on the sidelines. You're wanting the Kyrgyz players here to get on the ball, maybe counter ruck, but with so many men committed to that ruck, never know. Kyrgyzstan's already looking like a better defensive structure than what we saw in their Kazakh game. Probably looking with a lot more confidence than they were in that too. Right now we're looking at a 2v1 on the sideline. Fakes the ball, but doesn't get the handoff correctly. Drops it, knocked on. Once again dropped. The ref whistles it dead. Looks like we're going for a scrum on the left sideline here. Interesting to see how scrum is going to go today, knowing both these teams struggled in their prior matchups. And Mongolia easily dominates here. But Kyrgyzstan somehow squeaks out the ball. Has a man committed to the ruck, but counter ruck is successful too. Knock on. That is number 19 for Kyrgyzstan. Daharbat Suderdini. At least I think so. Ball's up. It's not the best kick in the world right there. Mongolia is definitely going very lateral with their forwards here. Not necessarily working in pods. You definitely want to be careful here. You know, these are some big guys. You don't want them to run out of gas this early on in the game. That's what we saw in the Uzbekistan game, at least, where they had a dominant first 5 minutes and then kind of crashed a little bit. You want to go forward with these balls and not running onto this, and you see disaster strike just like that. But Kyrgyzstan somehow maintains itself. Isn't a swarm of blue, but counter ruck, it's a mess over there. But they get the ball out, and still they're struggling to get forward here. Ref blows the whistle. Penalty down. And Kyrgyzstan looks to kick it again. But it's best kick they're going to squeak out here. Their hooker, Erlan, going to move it. But these backs here, they definitely need to start getting moving lateral rather than side to side or just completely stop down. And line out successful. And this Mongolia defense is rushing quick here. You don't want to just have that ball going out. You just don't want to have that going around like that. Those little pops, easily intercepted, if that's the correct term. Somehow, it's very messy here. Fans are screaming. Rest blows it dead. And the penalty's on Kyrgyzstan. Interesting to see what Mongolia opts for here. Looks like they're going for the kick. Scrum, that's what I said. Kazakh 9, Atsangrel, sending this ball in. And let's see if the pattern, the previous scrum of Mongolia kind of dominating these continues, which they do. Here, attacking the ball with nice pace. And that is a, ooh, never hit, oh. And right here, are we gonna see a score? Ref calls it dead. I believe, if I can see his back of his, that was a hold up. Yeah. And with that, we have our first score of the game. Mongolia's up 5. Wish I could tell you who that was, but it's kind of hard to see his number. But I have the names today, so that's better. And number 22 attempting the kick here, Damar Ganush. And the kick is no good. As noted, Kyrgyzstan kind of went into panic mode right there. They definitely need to calm down here, not make those insane last-second load-offs, and just play smart rugby here, I think. And Mongolia gets that ball, passing down. Beautiful kick there, but it's just going to squeak outside. Mongolia is definitely looking a lot more composed than their first game against Uzbekistan here. Playing calm. It's definitely a lot less hot today. Once again, number 2 for the Kyrgyz team, Erlan Chashmatov, throwing this in to a 4-man line out. I wonder if they're going to hit their second pod here. It goes over, and Mongolia gets that, hypothetically. And they have it. Forward, big strong guy, number 8. Nyambar takes it in, stays barely in. Mongolia is doing a nice job running onto the ball here. Mongolia is in blue, Kyrgyzstan's in yellow. Yeah. Still moving the ball well, attacking it. Really nice structure here, and they're working with a lot of space on the sidelines. Got about 3 men connected to that ruck. And that's a knock-on. Number 22 for Kyrgyzstan. Alexander, who's also their coach, opts for the scrum. Interesting to see a 7 in the front row here. There's a lot of switching around with the jerseys before the game, so half these names might be incorrect, but they're at least names, which was better than our last performance. Oh, and it immediately collides. Both of these front rows here and entire packs have been switched around since the last game, trying new players in new spots. It is a Wednesday here. I'm assuming everywhere else in the world too. Might be a work day. Who knows? Scrum looking a lot more successful this time. Sees Mongolia kind of dominate that. And that's a penalty too. You can't just pick it up out of the ruck, man. Scrum, scrum. How? Okay. Mongolia has the ball somehow. And they're going to look to kick it out. They're 10. Ganskaikan and Kabat. Looks it here. Mongolia's looking really smart here. Kicking corners all day. Having a far better kicking game than their first showing. Absolutely. Keeping their forwards fresh, and we're also seeing, by far and large, a calmer Mongolian team. And pass it to their 6. Skidir Toxkapatar. And moving into the sideline. And they drop it right when they're about to go in. Hate to see it. But penalty on Kyrgyzstan. Probably an offsides, which happens when you have two anxious and oh. They're going to try it again. Goes down. But this defensive line by Kyrgyzstan is very spread out here. Interesting to see if Mongolia just tries to power this through with some hit and goes. That's a beautiful tackle right there. Took his knees from under him. Don't even know where people are. You got to get out of that ruck, though. That's a penalty. Referee showing them that, too. Kyrgyzstan really needs to figure out what it's doing here. You got to move it. And you're making that space. Yep. And you just, oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. That is, he makes the move, but it doesn't get there still. You got to get to the left side there. How do you mess up on that? And that's a scrum. Try. No more shipwrecks on this stream. Ref's talking to the captain Erlan right now. Probably about the offsides call that have just been a consistent theme throughout this entire championship. Maybe outside of the Kazakh team that obviously has some extra help from having so much practice with the Russian team. And also considering, I read this on the internet, I'm not sure about it, but I heard that they beat Tokyo and South Korea and then discontinue their program. And that's why they're starting back at D3. Unsure. It might not be true, but I read it. And the kick is up. And it's good. Mongolia is opening up 12-0 in this game. And really going to hope to see that a quicker, smaller Kyrgyz team is going to try and advantage its speed and longevity and stamina against this bigger team, against Mongolia here. But you need to get on the scoreboard. You need to start kicking. You need to be smarter with your possessions and making into opponent territory here. Once again, I got to go for the kick, switching up their kicker. And I don't even know if that goes 20 yards or 10 yards. It looks like it's going to be scrum at midfield. Number 9 for Kazakhstan here. Altangarel Gunbold putting it in here with some serious tilt. They get to it backs. It's still continuing the smart trend of very, very strong kicking here. Ref blows it dead. And that's a high tackle, I think. And they quick play that, but can't do that. Scrum. Not a scrum. And they kick it. Nice kick. At this point, you got to be looking for the maul, right? Maybe a quick play, send it to your first man. Just overpower them with size, because this Mongolia team's definitely got some big forwards. Yeah. Mongolia also having the 15s experience is advantaging them as Kyrgyzstan has really never had that. They're very much a 7s team. But as I call it, that maul is coming forward, seeing some resistance, and he spreads it out. And you're hoping they don't drop it again like they did last time. They're working with space and players, and they drop it again. Knock on. If you're Kyrgyzstan here, probably the smartest thing to do would be kick it out. They just haven't been seeing success with mistakes on mistakes, and they need to start running onto these balls. If not, they're just going to get pummeled every time. Yellow card. On who? No clue. Maybe 6. The 6 on the Kyrgyz team being Tamerlan Isamalov. And that's not pretty. Yeah, no. By not pretty, I mean, you can't have that. Kyrgyzstan scores. Mongolia scores. Kyrgyzstan doesn't. And that is number 7 for Mongolia. Jahalangtug Akvart. Kyrgyzstan seen huddling up here. They need to change something. They don't want another 112-5 game. Just breathe, boys. Score 70-0. Mongolia lead. .22 for Mongolia. Mindamar Gansu lines up for the kick. And the kick is up. And it's no good. 17-0. Kyrgyzstan already slow back to the ball line. I need to just switch something up. Number 22 goes for the kick again. The most successful so far. Good kick. Oh. Football, that'd be a face mask. And what quite could be another yellow card with a high tackle here. And the kick is up for Mongolia. Goes out of bounds. Hey. Ref here is clearing the channel. And the ball is up, uncontested. We're seeing good passing here. Mongolia number 1. Bayamung Ekem Bayar taking it in, getting some yards. You're still going to need that defensive line to spread here. But number 14 makes a beautiful tackle on the edge there. That's Nikolai Kotilarov from the Kyrgyz team. Players call him Kolya. Ball's just kind of getting rattled around here. Not the greatest offload. You just got to take that in sometimes, man. But Kyrgyzstan's looking like it's having some of the better defense of the day so far. Maybe they just need to land some good hits, regain confidence. As penalties called. And Mongolia once again opts to kick for the corners. Setting up a solid line-out position. Interesting to see if they return to the maul. Once again, if Kyrgyzstan somehow squeaks the ball out here, they just need to kick it far with the best kicker. I don't know who that is. Need to find him soon. And that ball is batted back. Oh, no. Oh. And Kyrgyzstan runs it back the end zone, try zone. It's number 20 for the Kyrgyz team. That is not his name. I know the guy. Okay. Yeah. Now we're looking for a scrum. And Kyrgyz 20. And they're going to need to have the scrum of their life here. Seems like there's some confusion here. The scrum is number 3. Erlan talks to the ref here. Sorry for the slightly buggy stream. Number 22, like I said, the Kyrgyz coach, head coach at least, Alexander Zoltafin. Definitely a little frustrated with their number 3 captain, Erlan. And they send a player off. It's going to be interesting to see who they bring on here. Yeah. Mongolia's definitely squandered some chances here, but they're still playing far better than they did against Uzbekistan. I think we're in for a real treat in the Uzbekistan-Kazakhstan game. Neither of these teams are really seeing their passes get to hand here. And then it's once again those scrappy, buggy little offloads that are going into ad infinitum that are really killing both these teams. Let's see if Mongolia capitalizes here. And Mongolia takes it out and touches it down. Nope. Don't touch it down. Held up. That was number 8 for Mongolia, Bek Haldar Ulu. The attempt to try there. Nope. Wrong team. Ayam Bayar Nurgui. Sorry about that. The name sheet doesn't really list which team is which, so working day at a time here. Kyrgyzstan gets this ball and kicking it out. Doesn't go too far, but oh, that's just not a good move. Oh, you need that pass there. Oh, that's looking beautiful. And if that wasn't a try beforehand, it is now. Almost forgot to put it down there. And that is what I believe to be number 11. Nope, number 7. Javlan Tugs in Habat. And you got to be questioning the Kyrgyz decision making there. Why are you doing a drop kick from there? You know, I love this team, but man, sometimes. But looks like they're going to talk it over again. Well, Mongolia's got a tough kick ahead of itself. Number 10, Ganskahan Inkabat is going for the tick. I wonder if he's brothers with number 7. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe they just have the same familial name. Kick is up. And just under. Score, 22-0. Mongolia lead. And looks like it's timeout on the pitch. As the Kyrgyz players are yelling to get water on the field. Oh. I will say the mic machine I have here shocks me every time I touch it. So if I ever make a noise, that's because of it, and I'm sorry. As I said, in no means am I prepared for this. They mostly chose me because I speak English. So there is a Russian stream going on as well, parallel to this English stream, if that interests you. But for those of you sticking with me, thank you. Greatly appreciated. I'm going to pass the headset off to Matthew here, talk a little bit more about the game in this timeout.
Oh, first tough quarter. First very tough quarter for that Kyrgyzstan team. Learning a few lessons out there. Probably just lacking the experience, really. 15s is not really a game that's played here too often. 7s kind of takes priority. But this Mongolian team, you can tell that they're a much better drilled team. However, just some of their finishing just probably let them down a wee bit. Still a pretty good scoreline, really, and a good opportunity for the Kyrgyzstan team to come back in the second quarter and really push into their Mongolian half. So we watched them at warm-up time, and that Mongolian team were really focusing on that lateral movement of the ball. So I think they're starting to feel that heat now and starting to use their forwards a little bit more. Maybe just they could be guilty of not being so accurate with their passing in that back line. So there's been probably 2 or 3 tries that have gone wanting. Kyrgyzstan about to kick off. They just need to relax.
And we're back from the quarter. Getting ready from a kickoff from number 22, Alexander. Whistle blows. Kick is up. Gets the 10 yards. And it's dropped by Mongolia. Taken in. Oh, no. Why'd you do that? Recovered. Mongolia. Ref blows it dead. Looking for a Mongolia scrum here. It's sad to see the Kyrgyz opportunity, first time in opponent territory, get squandered so quickly. But maybe, quite possibly, they can win the scrum. Which they almost do. And we're going into another scrum here. And that's a high scrum right there. Ref's going to talk him down. Now, Kyrgyz, if it's looking to win the scrum here, they just need to get lower body position. Yes, Mongolia has a far bigger team than them, but they're just a high team, and that stays in just barely. And we see number 15 take that ball, make a move or two, and throw it into Mongolia position. Ref blows it dead. And they go for the quick tap here, giving it to number 3, Erlan, who gets absolutely swatted down. You got to wonder how that's not a high tackle. Once again, you're expecting that yellow to come in. Just doesn't seem to. Maybe they're talking about it now. If we had replays, we'd definitely be showing them right now. And Kyrgyz takes that position in. Nice little run there, getting some forward yardage. And that's another penalty. Mongolia just has a really bad stretch here. It's not going to be a quick tap, though. Starting to see some life in this crowd here. There's very few people, but people always get excited with Kyrgyzstan. They drop that ball, but they still maintain it. It keeps on sliding out here. just got to secure a ruck. Go for some solid pod play here. Maybe a little bit too close, but successfully you're bunching up those forwards. You're going to look to hopefully string it back. You can't just take it. Oh, that's a hospital pass. But somehow, okay, I was going to be like, if that wasn't a knock-on, I don't understand. But it's a penalty, that's for sure. This is, Kyrgyzstan really needs us here if they're looking to stay in this game. You need to be going forward when you're catching those passes, and you cannot lose this ball here. Ref's talking it over. Ref calls a scrum. No, they don't. It's Mongolian ball. And they're probably going to go back to having really solid kicks, knocking it out of the park. And we pan over, that ball stays in. Return kick from Alexander, number 22. And it's out. It's going to be a Mongolia line out. Apparently not a line out. At that spot, at least. It is a line out. Just a little bit down the field. Number 2 hooker for Mongolia, Genselman Inc. Etlet. Sends it and gets batted into Mongolian territory. Nice offload there. And they're moving it successfully down the line. That's a nice tackle, though. That's 19 for Kyrgyzstan right there. Arzmyat Smirbekov. 8 for Mongolia is a large man. Yamavar Mirgui. But eventually that play gets called down. Looking like another offsides call. And that kick goes out. Looking for a line out deep in. Number 2 gets some little instant kit. Looking to send this in again. And fakes to the first pod, sends to the second, fumbles it, ends up in the 8's hands, where he fights off a defender or 2. Eventually goes down. And quite possibly another offsides call. Ref's probably warning the team and their captain and their coach about it right now. Nope. It's a scrum. Kyrgyz advantage. Kyrgyzstan really needs to get low in the scrum here. You'd be looking down right at the grass, just up high. Just push. Need some sort of cohesive unit here. That's what really you can look forward to, as Mongolia has quite the high scrum. It's looking like it's going up every time, that it's not going forward. And the scrum is barely holding itself together. Goes in. And Kyrgyzstan gets the ball. Sends it down. And it gets knocked on. But it gets kicked forward. And blown end. We're currently at the 38th minute. We're going to go into a halftime soon. But Kyrgyzstan really needs to stop the Mongolia team from scoring here, or it's going to be a really tough second half to come back from this down to deficit. And most strong scrum we've seen from the Kyrgyz team. Probably hearing what I said. And looks like we're going into another scrum. If you are still listening in with the stream, and if you haven't muted me already, hope you all are having a wonderful day watching this Central Asian Championship of Rugby, with more to come too. Kyrgyzstan with not nearly as strong a scrum, but still manages to get it out. Manages at a box kick. With a strong Mongolian reception here. 14 there for the Mongolian team. Saravyant Batsagin doesn't get far there. 13 Bayernyan Yum makes a defender miss or two. But once again, ball is not getting to hands. Balls are getting dropped. And this possession gets strung out into some quite numerous penalties. Ten, the Mongolian team. And second, Inkvit successfully kicks it out. And this is a sight we've seen far too many times today, folks. With a line out / scrum in the back left pitch side Kyrgyzstan team. Number 5 takes it in. It's quickly blown dead by the ref. Going into the scrum here. Kyrgyzstan is barely holding that together, and it gets closed down. And they go for the quick tap penalty here. Move it to the 22. Moves it to the 10. Makes the move inside. Ultimately tackle down. And once again, offsides penalty on Kyrgyzstan. Pinched to their own try zone. In Russian, try is a papuitka. It's a fast fact for y'all. Kyrgyzstan's looking a little gassed here. Hopefully they can respond well. They see their 10. Oh, right back corner. Number 11 for the Kyrgyz team. Sadruddin Bazasurin. Scores another try. Papuitka, as I said. Making this game 25-0. Number 10, once again, attempting the kick. And the kick's up. And barely squeaks in. Gunsky Ankbat with the kick, successful kick attempt there. 29-0. Going into halftime. I will return to you quickly once we end this halftime. I'm going to go call my mom and see if the Kyrgyz team needs an extra body out there.
А меня удалили. Нет, сейчас зайду. Баловался. А так ничего ж надо.
And we're back at it, folks. Starting the second half, Mongolia is up 29 to Kyrgyz 0, with Mongolia looking to kick off, start off the half. Excited to have you with us, and if you don't know already, the Kazakhstan-Uzbekistan game is shortly following this. It's looking to be a really good game. Oh, he sends the kick up, which is battered down somehow back in Kyrgyz control. And the whistle is there. There's a Mongolian ball. Mongolia is looking to kick it out. Once again, finding himself in the comfortable position of the left side, Kyrgyz 20. The Mongolia lineout goes out uncontested, and looks like they have a lot of players in a lot of space, but it doesn't get past their number 8, who takes it right in. That being Nyambar Nergui. Make sure to get some extra yards here. They are definitely working with more than a 2v1. And definitely tries to go for the pretty pass there, and looks less than pretty. Mongolia has committed a lot of men to this ruck here, and they're opting for a pick and go that just doesn't work out. But they squeaky it out to another player, still doesn't work out. Probably going to attack the left side here, which doesn't seem to be working out too well. With Kyrgyz being so bunched up around the ruck here, you got to wonder if they're going to start sending it out, trying to attack with some back play here, which seems to be by and far the Kyrgyz problem, which doesn't work. You have number 12 there, Norbatar Vatkush, scoring, making it 34-0 to start off the second half. Yeah. Oh, they're talking it over. Sorry for my haste. And that was no try. Apologies. It will be a Kyrgyz scrum. Also in their 22. And they're going to probably look to try and kick this as far as possible, as they have been doing throughout this game, or at least attempting to. As you can see at the top of your screen, it's what I believe the Kazakh team to be warming up for their game. And ball hits into the scrum. And Kyrgyzstan gets that back, but pass just it's fumbled up a little bit. But it doesn't matter when an offside play is on the call. Number 22, Alexander. It's a quick tap, gives it to number 3, Erlan, who runs over defender and is immediately counter-rucked. Once again, they try it up the left side, doesn't get too much far. And once again, Mongolia gets a penalty, and Kyrgyzstan gets another attempt to make some distance with this ball. You got to start attacking that right side, you know. You really do. And you, if you're a Kyrgyz fan, you really hate to see that. Right when you were starting to make some movement. I will say there are quite a few whistles in this game. It's very hard as somebody who is not completely sure on the rules of rugby to a T. I mean, I have been playing it for 4 years, but to a T to understand all the calls that are going on. But we're trying our best here. Glad you're staying on along with the ride. Mongolia, once again, kicks it out. Left backside. The Kyrgyz 20. Going for what most likely is another uncontested line out. Try once again to run the score up. Pass goes up. Kyrgyzstan actually runs away with this, but immediately sees it with a quick tack penalty. And you just see a nice breakthrough there, taking advantage of some lazy defenders there, but you need to have defenders to that ruck. You don't want to take that in. You gotta start moving that. You gotta take advantage of the time as Kyrgyz defenders offenders are not even running onto this ball. And that's a penalty. Once again, quick tap, but you can't do that. After a quick tap, obviously, you got to, you know, slow it down a little bit. That's the rules, I think. But it looks like number 22 is struggling with his shorts, as he has somewhat of a tail right now. And Kyrgyzstan gets to number 3. Merlan takes it in. Tries to squeak around the defender. And they keep on going to the left side. But obviously that's a knock-on. You got to be working the space. You got to. So we're going to see a Mongolia advantage scrum here. And that scrum falls apart. Number 5 on the Kyrgyz team, Artsim Kaplan, finding his face in the grass. And with that, we see a quick tap penalty. We see number 21 in the Kazakh team, Munhin Dimbarel Galbadra. Take it and make some nice distance with it. Both these teams have kind of stalled at this point, with energy a little bit low in this game compared to the first. Energy a little bit low compared to the first 20. As I said, it's less hot, but we're still talking about low 90s, high 80s here. It's a nice day, actually. Number 8 fumbles the ball, was quickly picked up. Run in by their 12, offloaded once again to their 8. It's a nice little series they got going. And with that, number 10 on the Mongolia team has the most dominant try so far. That is Gunskun and Bat, which I believe is his second try of the game. Might not be, but he's also kicking. He's amassed himself a nice little score sheet. And he's probably going to have his easiest kick of the game so far. Number 14 comes back into the game. for Kyrgyzstan, that being Nikolai, aka Kolya Kutsilarov. With that successful kick for the Kyrgyz team, score sheet is now 36-0.
Давление, давление, давай! Бегите, Узбек! Он забыл уже. А что мне делать? Скажи, вот этот тарча выйдет. Влево иди, влево! Turkon. Это, братан, без тумчать. Сейчас я за вас.
Своя вода, зачем?
Вы поменяли тебя. Давай еще меняй, ребят. Давай его поставь. Командир, как? Давай нам заменять его, пускай побегает.
Дай воды, есть вода? Да. Воду дай. Это не надо.
Сверник поставь, чтобы они, блядь, поускорялись.
Александр, get them on.
Да, бег его тоже сами поменять.
Джози.
9, 8.
They're rolling their bench? Hey, put me out there. I brought cleats. I have them. Not going to hurt. Yeah. Absolutely. As they should. It's like a... Oh.
Нет, это, Дем, да, номер, скажи, номер.
Apologies. Thought I was muted there. Now we're starting to see some rolled subs in here, as trying to get a lot of these Kyrgyz players some minutes. Now Kazakhstan, Mongolia wins that scrum. Number 10 making a few descenders miss with some nice and clean foot play here. There's screens to get a defensive line set up, as some of these new subs are even less familiar with Rugby 15s than the starting group. As mentioned, none of these players outside of their match between Kazakhstan have had any 15s actions, mostly 7s. And even then, most of those players have not had 7s action. So it is impressive coming out here, putting your foot in the ground, tackling a man, giving your heart this hot Wednesday afternoon. That quick goes out and is knocked on pretty egregiously by Kyrgyz number 20, who may or may not be Nural Dishinali Ulu. As players are switching numbers and jerseys, it is even harder, excuse me, to get these names correct. But that's a beautiful little pass there, and it's a 2v1. And right there, last little move, secures another try, making it 55. Oh, yep, 55. Now, still trying to see who that was, but made a nice little inside move and just powered his way through to give a nice little try at the end there.
Кто для меня поменял, я не понял. Мэтью?
Готов, Саш, замену, смотри, у тебя там травма. Вполне возможно, что это замена.
Спроси, можешь спросить, какой это игры? Или я что-то...
Number 21 coming on to the Kyrgyz team. And the kick is up. And it's good. That's a beautiful kick right there. What a wonderful kicking day for number 10 here.
Нуралы, ускорься сейчас. Поймай их этих гребаных. Сюда! Эрджан! Эрджан, на 5-метровую! Стреляй!
Sağlık 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 tamam 15 sağlık.
As previously mentioned, with it being 57-0, if you're the Kyrgyz team, all you're really trying to do is get some points on the board. Walk up with that chip on your shoulder. But Mongolia is definitely going to be happy with itself after only scoring 10 points in its last game, which was, at that time, a sluggish and strong defensive battle. There's definitely some confusion here with the Kyrgyz coach trying to navigate these inexperienced players to form up a kickout squad, still subbing them in and out.
Эрджан, на 5-метровую! Сюда, толпани!
And the kick is up. With clear eyes in the crowds screaming, "Let's go Kyrgyzstan, let's go Kyrgyzstan." With this being in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan, I was expecting a slightly bigger crowd, but with it being a Wednesday afternoon, I'd say a good 20 is a good showing. Mongolia is still moving this ball well, and even its reserves have some good experience making some of these passes, even though not everything's been on the money. Oh my! Ow! Ow! Hope he's okay. Hope he's okay. Ow. Jeez. And number 9's just making defenders miss now. And you're starting to see some of the experience really show here. Once again, taking advantage and getting dropped out with a Kyrgyz player clearly in pain here. That's the sport, buddy. We love it, and it hurts us. It's kind of a toxic relationship, but we don't care. And that kick goes up, bringing us once again to the back left. The Kyrgyz 20. 2. Have I been saying 20 this entire time? Meant to say 22. Apologies.
Бека, выходи! Бека! Бека! Бека, выходи! Бека! Бека!
And Kyrgyzstan sends a player off. Clearly hurt. That line out being recovered by Kyrgyzstan. Immediately counteract. But the ball is still there. Singing it out. Nice little offload there. But number 14, Kolya Nikolai, makes a nice little move there. For all of those still watching in the 70th minute of this 57-0 rugby game, I wish you success in life, in career, and in heart. Thank you for watching this beautiful tournament and this great slate of games. And if you're still interested, the Kazakh and Uzbekistan game coming up, it's going to be a real fun one. It's interesting to see how this group of new players is going to scrum with players who've probably never done this before, trying it for the first time. In Kyrgyz practices, we had very few times in which we had a full pack there. And honestly, a full team, even a full 15. And when we did have a lot of 15, like most people are backs here, Nobody really wants to be a forward, which I don't understand. Being a forward is wonderful. You know, you do all the hard work and then the backs benefit off you, but I personally play the sport to get my head crunched. So I love it. But it's going to be interesting to see here after that long little ramble with some early pushing. And a Kyrgyz scrum that is holding up, albeit a little too up. And that nice little offload gets there. A little bit low, but still making progress and securing that rock with a Kyrgyz player stuck in there. That's most likely going to be whistled down if the ref sees it. Nope. Okay. Ow. Mongolia's physicality is really showing out here at this point of the game. Definitely not as tired as they were previously. Giving it to the same guy 2 times in a row. But looks like quite possibly held up here. The refs are talking it over.
Серега, надо не зашивать, надо это, виски. Серега, телефон с тобой? Илюху возьми с собой. Илюха, езжай с
And
ним.
with that, I believe that was a try, making it 62-0.
Че, рассекли его? Да, если есть возможность, езжай, там телефон нужен. Илюху тогда оставь лучше здесь.
And that kick is no good.
Нуралы, туда не беги. Только здесь. Пошел, пошел, Нуралы.
And the kick goes up
Здесь, стой, здесь, стой, здесь.
and fumbled by the Mongolia team, taken in by the Kyrgyz one. And whistle blow down.
Схватка, схватка, схватка. Эрджан! Эрджан, сразу по линии! По линии отдай, отдайте по линии.
And
Не отошел 10 метров.
Kyrgyzstan gets a quick pop with an explosive crowd seeing some positive action from its Kyrgyzstan team. And they're going to take advantage of the offsides call here again. And they're really, this crowd is desperate, I mean, to see a try here. And they see it. And I don't know if you can hear that, but the few numerous people here are quite happy to see their home team get it here. And I'm happy for them. They really needed that. And it looks like the Mongolia 7 is down now.
Медик же может прийти? Все, сейчас. Сейчас пробьет. Иди, иди, иди. На бутылку.
And are they going to be going for a drop kick here?
Вон он, вон он, вон он.
That's a move. Goes up, and they get it. 7-62, and you got to be happy for the Kyrgyz team here. You know, in what's looking like the 35th minute. I mean, not 35th. Math. 75th minute. Just to get on the scoreboard here. It's a nice feeling. I'm happy for these guys. But shortly after this, we will see the Kazakh-Uzbekistan teams playing for the first place in the Central Asian Championship here, as Kyrgyzstan receives its second kickoff the entire game, and ref blows it dead. It also seems as if my commentary dropped out for a little bit there, but trust me, you weren't missing out too much. Trying my best, but you know, I really don't know what I'm doing all the time here. But I enjoy your presence. I can feel it. No, I can't, but it's still nice having you here as we're finishing up this first game of the day between Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan. And that's a knock on. And going into another scrum here. And that is up. And even the slightest bit of hope here is getting amazing reactions from the fans. With screams of "let's go." Every positive is the biggest positive over here. Number 3, Erlan here, takes the kick. Looks like it goes out. Setting them up for a nice line out in opponent's territory.
Да постройте уже, Ирлан, схватку! Стань ближе!
That is just a through. Oh, wow. You got to secure that ruck there. 3 people committed to that. And you just don't go for the jump there. Counter ruck tries to get there.
Вашу мать, блядь!
And they do. With Kyrgyzstan holding onto that ball.
Он начинает уже забирать. Он не успел сохранить.
That kick stays in, but bounces out of the back of the try zone. Zona Popuitki, for any of those who speak Russian in the audience. And that was quite possibly the most beautiful kick I've seen, but it still works out. I don't know how, but
Да ты ж ты упал, блин, ё-моё!
scratch that.
Завал, блин, завал, завал. Фу, ёпта.
Once again, line out, 22. Back left. And that's up. And Mongolia is trying to squeak something out of these last few minutes before this game ends. So they're almost held up. And that 8 just busts through. It's one defender, but he brings him down. They're trying to score it, which is the objective of the game. But, ow, ooh, ooh, ooh. And that's another try. 67-7. I would be commentating names, but as I said previously, with jerseys being swapped, honestly, at this point, it's better not to. And also, my phone battery is a little dead. We are in the 77th minute here. And this game will most definitely be ending shortly, with Mongolia most likely edging this game out. And no matter how disappointed this Kyrgyz team is, it has improved since the Sunday by both letting up fewer points and scoring more. That kick going up, making this a 69-7 game. Mongolia running this ball up with some nice haste.
Влево тяни, влево, лево, Артем!
This is actually considerably nice defensive structure for the Kyrgyz team, considering that they're on the reserves. The guys who've never played 15s before, barely even have any rugby experience. I'll say they're holding it together quite nicely, all things considering. And energy's definitely coming back to this crowd. Number 2, Alern, takes it in. The fans screaming. Now that is one flat offense right there. They're going to need some get defense if they're hoping to actually make progress on this team. But they lose the ball to Mongolia after getting held up a little bit. But they get it back somehow. Number 2, Erlan, looking to take it in again. And the crowd is literally exploding right now, considering the numbers here and the amount of noise that's coming out of them. You gotta be running onto these balls, boys. And with that, Mongolian offsides call is called. And this team has hopes of improving to maybe even 14 points in this game. They are infinitely close. And looks like it was held up, but it seems like the fans do not know that. And number 2 Alern's a little slow to get up. And this Kyrgyz team is exhausted. But they take the return in, make a move, get jackled, pretty close, I mean, and lose the ball. We are just entering into the 31st minute, and Most likely Mongolia is going to be looking to kick it out any second here. Ending the game effectively at 69-7 is the final box score. Not yet, but soon enough.
По сути дела, мне-то это на руку, даже такой счет. Сейчас приду, скажу, что мы не станция Байконура открыта.
Mongolia line out. Success. So they move it to their 22. And this is how you run onto speed. Make a defender miss or two. Just make sure it's not there. Don't do a stupid offload. And that ball goes out. Covered by the Kyrgyz team, who look for some interesting offloads, to say the least. Turning around, twisting their body, two little pop-up passes. Move it to the right side, but one of those interesting offloads ends up not working out. And with that, that is the game. I want to thank you all for watching as we end out 69-7 in the first game of tonight's slate. After this game, we see the Kazakhstan-Uzbekistan game, which is exploded. It's definitely looking to be quite fun. High scoring, most likely. And with that, thank you all for watching. Hope you have a wonderful day.